In case you haven't already heard, Arrowhead Games CEO is lying to your face, but in a fun way. Helldivers 2 is built on a massive pile of lies and bugs' guts. There's plenty of those too. Arrowhead has taken a unique approach to interacting with its fans, and CEO/creative director Johan Pilestad has been leading the charge. To a certain extent, the developer has been treating his fanbase as a genuine part of the team. When players were getting kicked from games by toxic hosts, Pilestad asked fans for help with the issue. When the game ran into early server issues, Pilestad told people not to buy Helldivers 2 until the problem was fixed. At other times, though, Pilestad has been a bit more playful with the game's fans.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm coming. How do I get this off?
Players have been spotting flying bugs and mysterious blue laser beams throughout the galaxy, and they're slowly figuring out that new enemies are emerging in Helldivers 2. On social media, Pilestad firmly denies that anything is going on. He's labeled anyone who says otherwise a bug sympathizer, nicely mirroring the satirical propaganda in the game. No upstanding super-Earth citizen wants to be associated with the Terminids, but we're going to all have to admit that the sympathizers just scored a major point, because we now have indisputable evidence.
You've set me up. This is an insult! I'm not a corporate stooge! Get your hands off me!
The flying bugs were the first mysterious enemies sighted in Helldivers 2. And before fans could properly dig into their whole deal, new reports of blue lasers in the sky came, and fans of the original Helldivers perked up. Blue lasers were exactly what Illuminate snipers fired in the first game, but that faction had been absent from the sequel up until now. Arrowhead CEO Johan Pilestad made his stance on the blue lasers clear. For a brief moment, we thought his denial was the closest thing to proof we were gonna get. Then an expert photographer turned in a piece of evidence from the field. We can now see flying bugs and a blue laser in the same shot, which means we can start preparing for the next phase of the war. The so-called Ministry of Truth has never looked so suspiciously off the mark. But Johan Pilestad had a hilarious response to the snapshot. The official Helldivers 2 channels have called everyone's attention to the latest report from the field. Pilestad is still pushing back on the claims, but when all he can write in response is a defiant quote, "No," you just know that the battle is lost.
They're lying to you! Don't believe a word of it!
It's all real, but what does that really mean? Clearly, the Illuminati are seeding their forces throughout the galaxy, so players need to prepare for a new faction to arrive. The flying Terminids could be an indication that the bugs are evolving, and they might soon become more dangerous than ever. It means that the war in Helldivers 2 could change dramatically in the near future. And it reminds players that even though the new game shine has worn off a little, there are still plenty of surprises left in the game. Arrowhead has made chasing down these rumors a blast for the entire Helldivers community. The developer has previously had to apologize for getting a little too casual in its interactions with fans, but now it seems to have found the right balance. Meanwhile, Pilestad has given the players and the developers a common enemy, again in a fun way, by playing coy like this. After all, in the immortal words of Pilestad himself,
So much more than just a game. It's an experience.